say hi to Queechy Gorge for us.
They're not going to ski.
Okay.
I don't know. There could be snow up there, Bradley.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Really? Ooh.
All right. So what is your job title?
Essex Elementary School nurse.
All right. What school did you attend?
I went to public school in Minnesota, graduating high school, and then went to Skidmore College in the nursing program.
All right. Is there anything specific that comes to mind that helped you prepare for your job that you are now in?
I did not grow up in a health, medically oriented family at all. I do mean that we got our health care done, but the summer after I graduated from high school, when I thought I was going to major in government, I worked in a hospital as a nurse's aide, and I had been a candy striper before that. But when I worked as a nurse's aide, on the last day, I saw a baby being born, and I was just so awestruck with the whole experience. I decided I had to be a part of this. And going through the whole nursing program, I learned that obstetrics was not going to be the specialty that I wanted at all, but it certainly entered me into the profession.
Very nice. So that's why you chose the field that you chose?
That's why I chose nursing.
Great.
And I lucked out because Skidmore at that time had one of the best baccalaureate programs around, but that wasn't what I was applying to, so I was lucky.
Very nice. What do you like about your field and what do you dislike about it?
Boy, that's a big one. I oftentimes, same to you, I oftentimes feel that in the educational world, they don't really match the importance of health and the understand, and may not value the importance of the health role or the health curriculum, because there's so many imperatives on curriculum experiences for children kindergarten through 12th grade that health has been pushed into a quarter or a semester in junior and senior high school rather than being embedded into a program as kindergarten through 12th grade, which was what the federal government and the state created. So my program, my bachelor's nursing program, really prepared us for the world of community health and public health and psychiatry. And I worked in the field of community mental health for years. And I really feel that that's where you make a difference before people get to the critical care places.
Yeah.
So that's been my bent all along. And school nursing worked out beautifully for me with children at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my match.
Oh, good. Good, good. All right. Was there any specific event or a transition that have led you to the job you're now in? And that was...
Well, I think it was that I was getting ready. I stayed home with my children, and and we'd moved around a lot as a family, but when my youngest got to be in 4th grade, I think, I started looking for what I wanted to do, and I also coincidentally had been fascinated with police work because that's 80% human service, you know, person fell out of bed, domestic dispute, things like this. So I kind of saw that as the front line of community mental health, my specialty, and I volunteered with the police, but I took the Massachusetts State Police exam, which I passed, but in those days people thought that women didn't belong on the force, the chiefs that I was interviewing with. So it wasn't until I moved and was pregnant that I got my first full-time job offer as a policewoman, and that was we lived west of Boston, and it would have been on Martha's Vineyard full-time.
Wow.
I couldn't do that, couldn't commute there.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went from there to thinking about what I wanted to do. I went into the corrections department in New Hampshire, where I was then living, and looked at being a nurse in a prison for women in New Hampshire. And that was fascinating to me, but it didn't meet my mother's hours because I didn't want to give up being connected to my kids and their activities. So school nursing, I fell into that way, and it was perfect.
Wow. So what do you feel is the most rewarding aspect of your career?
Feeling that a kind word, a hug, a smile can make a difference in a person's life. And you just never know how much that can change things for people.
Aw. Do you think you possess
Oh,
that?
we're back to that question.
Yes, we are.
Okay, curiosity.
Uh-huh.
I'm the kind of person in an airport, I am hardly listening to the people I'm with. I am studying all the people walking by and looking for famous faces or just people doing things. So an interest and a fascination in people. I'm a firstborn. It's very important to me to help others.
Yep.
I think
know,
that comes
I know
with
how that goes with me.
Don't we all?
and it's people say it's unselfish, but I think of it as selfish because that's what I need to be doing to meet my needs too.
Oh.
So it works.
Great. All right. Has the career changed or shaped you as a person? And if so, how?
Oh, it's probably made me more of a socialist Democrat.
Maybe she can't
Having-
put political things in.
Having been
okay.
raised by a very Republican family.
You're the outcast.
I still debate all these things with my sister, who was a social worker from the same school, who lives a completely different Republican lifestyle and business
Yeah.
world from me. But it's just really helped me define my value system.
Good. That's great. Who was an important mentor in your professional life and why?
Oh, wow. I had so many.
Can't even
The
remember.
school I went to only, you're next. The school I went to started with 30 students in the program, and we graduated 18.
Wow.
So we became very close to one another, going through the intimacies of life and death that you go through in the medical world, and nursing in particular. And the professors really cared about our
Yeah.
individual growth, and they were wonderful mentors to us. And then just some of the people that I've met in the medical world, and a psychiatrist that was head of the community mental health center that I worked at was Dr. Bill Ackerley, a child analyst, but he really believed in community mental health and helped me, helped promote my abilities to open a community satellite health clinic and everything. He was probably my most outstanding mentor.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Was there any turning points in your career?
Well, after living in different places, went to California and worked as a nurse, went to Boston and New York, worked as a nurse in hospitals, and then I think everybody that goes through nursing feels that you have to work in a hospital complex for a while, and you have this idea that you're going to change the hospital structure, and after I realized that I really couldn't do that,
Yeah.
I decided I'd try to take my interests and talents into the community world, and it was great. And turning points, I guess, marriage and having children are big turning points in life, and again, it reminds you of what's most important, and I think working in school health and the next generation is phenomenal.
Yep. What advice would you give to a college student who's potentially interested in following a similar career path?
Only if I respected them the way I do a certain person named Allie Frese would I say, go for it, girl, you're great. We need you.
Good, awesome. All right. And
I don't know that belongs in your English paper,
No, it
though.
does.
What
It's
can we
perfect.
dress this up? I'm being Skyped. Get back here.
Don't get disillusioned by.
So true.
Stay true
Definitely.
to the why you wanted to do it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and you'll see a lot of
Like
the
a lot of
side of
politics.
humanity that's very sad, very hurting, and a lot of anger sometimes, and you can't make a big difference in all of that at the time, but you never know where the interventions that you've done might count for that person at a later date. And sometimes your peers can be real downers about a situation, or institutional change, which is so slow, can be very disappointing. So you have to, really keep your eye on your
You have
goal,
to
and
be patient. Yep.
yeah, be patient and be with yourself as well as with others, and just remember why you're doing
you,
what
Mr.
you
Jesse.
are.
Okay.
How are you?
Good. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very
Thank
welcome.
You. That was perfect.
You can dress it